How was everybody's New Year's? I didn't drive, but I was up until 2:30 in the morning taking screenshots saying, shit, I should be out. I honestly did not feel like going out and starting somebody's New Year's infecting these people. Honestly, I mean, other than I could have driven, I was feeling physically good enough to do it. But there will be other days coming up, and no, I didn't drive. But I did one thing. I was checking my emails, my texts, and my phone blew up, Chris, right about 6 p.m. California time. Then it just everything went sideways after that, and I was like, "What's happening?" And sure enough, what's happening was good old Lyft started glitchy again. You know, I'm telling you these things, Chris. I'm going to refrain from calling these things glitches at the moment. And I tweeted it, and we're going to show it. Obviously, David Risher responded, "Oh, we're so sorry." I'm going like, bro, here's my tweet, and then here's his response. And I figured this out from my own app. I mean, I'm like, I turn my app on, I can turn it on, I could get requests. Unfortunately, the second page showed up when I click on my dollar amount in the middle, which means definitely there is a problem. And this was a repeat of Lyft last year. Remember, Lyft had a problem last year, not paying the bonuses, meaning the surge. They would show the surge, but they wouldn't attach it to the trip. And that was under a different administration. And this year, they managed to outdo it. This year, under Mr. Risher's administration, this happened. And at least he acknowledged and said, "Oh, we're so sorry. We're working on it. All hands on deck." But Mr. Risher, this is your test. This was the test. This was the busiest day of the year. This was when expectations were really, really high. And in order for something like this to happen on New Year's Eve, a repeat basically of last year, is inexcusable for a tech company, let alone a rideshare company. And I'm not going to pull punches here, Mr. Risher. This is inexcusable. Okay? I am beyond frustrated when it comes to this, because people are working and not getting paid. People are missing, like Mr. Risher, because there is side effects of all this that happened with this so-called glitch. That was on the 31st. People are trying to make platinum plus. They didn't get their points. Because you guys made all this so complicated now on the back end. So complicated. The carrot and stick games. If you do this, we give you that. If you do that, we give you this. Now, a lot of these people did not make platinum. A lot of these people are not going to get those benefits, whatever they are after. A lot of people may have had automatic payments on the first. That automatically gets taken out of their paychecks. Maybe their rent. Maybe they missed their rent. Maybe they missed their car payments. You guys need to understand that here we are humans. Treat us like human beings to start with before you treat us like drivers. Then we can sit down and have a conversation. Because this, for a tech company to happen on the 31st, on New Year's Eve, is inexcusable. Whoever caused this, whatever bug you said it was, Mr. Risher, that person needs to go. Whatever this system was, whatever that department was. Because this is not kosher. Are you going to fix all the problems now? Chase the problems with whoever didn't make platinum because they missed all those points on the 31st? How's that going to work out? I still know people are not getting paid. It's the second today. I still have emails saying, "Sergio, I'm in Florida. I haven't gotten paid yet." I am aware that a lot of people are getting paid. A lot of people in Boston who alerted me, and people in Arizona, people in Florida, people in LA, they're all gotten paid. Much appreciated. But because of the complication of the system, this non-payment situation is going to affect a lot of people, a lot of different things. It's like a domino effect, Chris. And this, to me, does nothing but harm the perception of these companies And when drivers complain, and we're going to show our poll numbers, when drivers complain, they have a point here. They are not just barking up the wrong tree, Mr. Risher. This is inexcusable. And I am really beyond frustrated for the community. And if you guys want to build a bridge between us and you guys, which we're getting stronger, we're up to 170,000 now. Now our voices are going to be heard, because this needs to go to the media. This needs to go. People who missed their payments, are you going to make them whole? All the non-sufficient funds that these people may not have had paying bills on auto pay, banks are going to charge these people up the ass. Are you going to make those up, Mr. Risher? Are you? I doubt it. Why? Out of goodness of your heart, you should throw another $100 into everybody's account just to cover those NSF funds. Okay? And I appreciate it. I appreciate you responding. And I'm pretty sure the other company's CEO would not have done what you did and step up and say, you know what, accept responsibility and I apologize profusely. I'm pretty sure the other CEO wouldn't have done that. Take a time out of his New Year's Eve party or whatever they were doing over there. But it's not enough. It's not enough. Show some goodwill. Pay these people whatever funds that they missed paying, whatever payments they missed. Make them whole, Mr. Risher. Start with this goodwill, and then we can talk about it. So I am pissed. I am freaking pissed. I get it. But on New Year's Eve, 2 years in a row, if that's not a trend, I don't know what the F it is. So, you know, without making too much drama, bro, this was a punch in the gut. People are driving and not getting paid. In what goddamn world do we have this? There you go.
Well, Sergio, how pissed are you? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Pissed, bro.
Whew.
I'm pissed, bro.
You know what, though? I mean, honestly, you said it perfect. I can't add anything to it, because that's, you know, somebody's livelihood. If they're going out, they're trying to make the money. Maybe they had Christmas or, you know, the holidays beforehand. They're trying to make, you know, their money so they can pay their bills that are coming out on the 1st. And you know what? The 1st comes, rent's due, bills are due. Yeah. And if people aren't getting paid, or, you know, they're looking at making, I'm seeing people who are putting $500 plus in here. Hopefully you guys have the extra money and the funds that you're able to, you know, kind of bite the bullet in the event something like this does happen, which unfortunately was, you know, at the time of the 31st going into the 1st. So unfortunately, these things do happen, and it shouldn't happen in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, I mean, there should be some sort of restitution when it comes to that, because, you know, if people are like, you know what I'd like to see? I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have like $100 bonus or something to help cover those NS or NSW, whatever. You know what I mean?
Non-sufficient funds, bro. I mean, look, man, seriously, bro. Yeah.
But what I think they should do, they should set up things, you know, we screwed up, we're sorry. And if you have one of these charges, please send us that information and show us the screenshots, and we will make it correct. And then that way, you know, it takes care of those drivers that did fall under the radar when it came to that. I think at least that should be at minimum what they could potentially do, especially if drivers out there are talking about it. One of the polls that kind of surprised me too, that we're going to be talking about, is how many drivers drive on both platforms. Almost half drive on one platform. My question to you guys is,
that one blew my mind, bro. That one blew my mind.
Why are you only driving on one platform? Because if you're driving only on Lyft and something like this happens and you are in dire need of that money, dude, you need to diversify. You need to get out there and get on more platforms, because in the event something like this happens, you can tell Lyft, screw off. Don't go online, go on Uber, go on Doordash, go on whatever. And then that way you're still able to make the money in the event that there's some sort of glitch like this. But seriously, things like this should not happen, especially when it comes to earnings. And then people are not getting paid for it. Then the second thing too, when it comes to these changes, we talked, I think it was last week or the week before, talking about how they're turning the goalposts longer in order to get platinum. So instead of the 1,200 plus points, you have to get 1,400 plus points. So how many more rides is that you have to give in order to hit that same thing? And then again, those drivers that are trying to get out there, hit that platinum or hit the goal that they want to hit, and to see it not there, that's a problem, and that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm telling you, because the way they have set the system up, okay, they have set the system up is that if you get 1,500 points, you get platinum. If you get 1,700 points, platinum plus, whatever it is, right? Look, man, everybody does what they want to do. Everybody is free to do. I will not chase a platinum plus, but then there must be something, that you may be in a city that gives you priority airport queue, okay? You may give you something. I mean, forget about the 7-Eleven bullshit and what they put up and all that stuff. But there is a reason that there are tiers. And with those missing dollars on the 31st all the way to midnight, people are going to miss a shit ton of tiers, right? How do you figure that part out? Because it's so complicated in the back end, Chris, that they have made this so complicated from the first day that what it was. Here's the miles, here's the minutes, I take 25%, go. Now we have this. If you do this, you get to this. If you get all these points, you get to that. It used to be every quarter. They cut it down to a month now. I mean, a month is a short time to hit platinum. You need to do fucking trips. You need to earn dollars. That's what the Lyft system works with, right? And then now I didn't make that 300, on the 31st, and I missed the platinum plus. Now I don't have airport priority, which could have been my bread and butter in my city. You know what I'm saying? So this is the problem, Mr. Vischer. As much as I appreciate us communicating, and I know we do, and you all know who you are at Lyft. We do communicate, and we are trying. But when you do this, at start of the year, you just blow the whole stack off. I mean, this is, I don't know what else to say. I mean, you're going to look, I'm sure you guys are going to watch this now or later at Lyft. Watch those poll results, and this goes for Uber too. Watch the damn poll results. What does that say? Either you guys are in La La Land or we're in fucking La La Land, one or the other. I don't know which one it is. But to me, this needs to be rectified, and you guys need to send people their monies if they miss payments. What if somebody missed a car payment and lose their car now? What? You guys always brag about, oh, we invented instant pay. Well, shit, instant pay was not working. Now I'm hearing actually that there was a problem on the customer's end because New Year's Eve, everybody is feeling good. They're going out. They weren't able to tip. That's the other thing I'm hearing now. I don't know. I don't have proof of it, but I'm hearing it. I mean, out of all days, right? And on the other side, as far as I could see in LA, in my market, it was a good New Year's, Chris. I mean, Sergio, you can't ask for better than that. Although Uber did, suppress surge all the way to midnight, and then at fucking 1:30, 1:15, floodgates were open on Uber, right? They couldn't hold it anymore because they were going to lose passengers to Lyft. And here's the deal. You should have, that's that poll that we put up, that how many drive both apps, right? That blew my mind that we're going to talk about it. And I'm going like, you should have done Lyft until midnight, and after midnight, you should have switched to Uber and absolutely smashed it. These screenshots are taken at 10 o'clock in the afternoon, 10 o'clock at night, then 1:15 in the morning, and then 1:04 in the morning. So right at 1 o'clock, Uber kicked in. I mean, those are real numbers. Those are 20s, 30s. They capped it at 30, it looks like, but that's what you need to have both apps for. And as far as I can tell, and we put up a poll, and the numbers that we saw, I think it was a great banger of a new year, if it wasn't for that Lyft bullshit. But then, hey, that's why you do both apps. That's why your time is for sale to the highest bidder. And, boom.
And the one that's working.
You got to be on both apps.
Yep. Well, it was very similar in Buffalo. The thing is, we were getting surges. We were talking about starting at 6, 8 o'clock right in there, just to get out there. You could probably make a couple $100, for the first few hours. Exactly. If you were in the right areas. There was, a little bit of surge, but it was definitely more clouds than not. The clouds of doom that we've talked about, which everybody knows, it's just those little dollar signs and all that crap. So there was like, I think the highest I saw was like 250 for surge for probably up until about 8 o'clock. Once 8 o'clock hit, that's when it started kicking up a little bit. You started seeing like some $7, $8, $9 surges. And it was definitely sporadic because that's when everybody's kind of going to the parties. So you're picking up, in the suburbs, the different areas, and then going to the parties and stuff like that. Once though midnight hit, about 10, 15 minutes after, that's when it really started flipping. So you might have had about an hour or so, or 30 minutes an hour. Buffalo, right about 12:15, that
and you know,
flip
and you,
switched, and it was, we were seeing 15, 20, $25 surges. So,
yeah. I mean, I
and
see
it
these
went for a
numbers,
couple
I
hours,
see these numbers fly on the chat. People make good money. I am glad one day does not make a year. Obviously, we
no,
need, okay,
unfortunately.
so, for all the newbies who are watching, these 3 screenshots, 10 o'clock, 1 in the morning, and 1:30 in the morning was our regular weekends, people. This is what we're used to. This is our regular weekends, not New Year's Eve. This was what it is. That's why I have so many goddamn scar tissue on my body with these companies, right? I have so much scar tissue that I go, after this, on a normal weekend that's coming up now, it's going to be all gray, back to depressing gray. But it is what it is. Now, the thing, Chris, is for whoever knew what they were doing, whoever was not on,
Juggernaut, absolutely.
auto accept, then people made money. I'm glad everybody stays safe. I'm glad everybody made some cash. And will these days come back? Probably not. I mean, nobody fooled themselves, right? This was our regular weekends. They're gone. But then again, circle of influence, circle of control. This is not in our control. However, Uber systems work reasonably well. I did not hear any problems on the Uber side. Lyft obviously struggling with what they're doing, and I'm sorry I didn't drive. I mean, I was like itching to drive. I go like, you know what, bro? I just got to get out and drive, do like a few short trips in my neighborhood, and then I'm going like, it doesn't make sense. Is it prudent for me to go even put a mask on and then deal with this shit? No, but there will be other times I will be actively driving this weekend. And but look, I'm glad it was better than expected. My expectations were very low for the New Year's, but it turned out different. And I'm glad it did, and I'm glad all you made some cash, and I'm glad you all made it home safe. And keep fighting. That's it. That's not my. I think it was better than average New Year's. I think it was.
Yeah, it was, and I think for the most part, from what I've seen, for the majority of people, it was probably better year over year. So last year to this year, it was a lot better. Last year, I know, was slow as hell here, and it was a lot different this time around. But with that being said, Jonathan, thanks for the super chat. Flavio, great. There, thanks for the 2 super chats. The one question you said, why don't they have surges all day every day? It would be awesome if they did, but unfortunately, it's set up on dynamic pricing. So that means it's based on how many rides are coming in, how many drivers are on the platform that are active and open, willing to take rides, not somebody who's technically on in the middle of a ride. So there's a lot of dynamic in play. And when you have more drivers on the platform, which we are seeing, and not enough rides, that's why there's no surge. But when there's a lot of rides coming in and not enough drivers on the platform, that's when you see surge. That's when you see surge get bigger, like on New Year's. So these bigger holidays, these times like this, that's when you're getting the 20, 25, 30, maybe sometimes even higher in surge, because there are not enough ride requests, or there are not enough drivers to take the ride requests that are coming in. That's why they have that dynamic pricing. So I'm not sure if you're new or not, but that's pretty much in a nutshell.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good New Year's. I'm glad. Hopefully not too many people had pukers in their cars, but we got, we told you the playbook. Short, high surge trips. If you're stuck in the hot zone in LA, wherever you are, or in your city, and you knew what you were doing, you did way above average. And if you were taking everything, you're not going to do anything close to the average. So that proves that strategy does make a difference. So
JP, I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. Yes, the Rochester rideshare driver. I'm sure you heard about that, Sergio. What's going on? But Rochester is literally right down the street from me. I'm in Rochester in 45 minutes. So there's been a lot of crazy shit that's going on in Rochester. I would not suggest going there at the moment for anybody if you're in that area. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on. Every time I hear something, it's usually Rochester. But yeah, I mean, to that driver, unfortunate, very crazy circumstances on everything. But yeah, just special shout out to that driver there. Steve, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Happy New Year. Dude, Steve, how did you send me that text? Oh my God. Did you get that too, Sergio?
From Steve?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get it. He's
Syracuse from Buffalo. It's about 2 hours.
Yeah, and I don't know. No, I didn't get it.
Jeff, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeff. Checking to see. No glitches here, buddy. No glitches. We don't glitch. we keep going until we
No,
cannot
actually, I did want to say something. If you guys are out driving later today, into tomorrow, just brace yourself. There could be a potential blackout, GPS blackout, and things like that. There was a huge solar flare that was recorded. There's a 25% chance that it could mess with the grids and the GPS systems because they're higher up into the atmosphere and out in space. So they are prime for being shut down for a little while. So please, if you see any GPS malfunctions, issues, if it's down, that's the unfortunate reason why there is a solar flare that could be hitting this time through the next 12 hours or so. So just be careful on that. Make sure you pay attention to the solar weather report. I know it's a little bit different when it comes to that, but the solar weather report will give you a lot more information in the event that there's a GPS issue. And since we all rely on GPS when it comes to going from place to place, you definitely need to know that information. So be careful out there.
Yep. Yeah. So I hope everybody stayed safe. I hope everybody made some cash. Please contact me. I mean, I'm serious. Sergio at the RideShareGuy.com. Hopefully you all got paid already in Lyft. I'm told that everybody's gonna be made whole. Mr. Richard, not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. I mean,
Not on the first, no.
we do have a line of communication. This time, this needs to be better. You can't just tweet me back and say, "Oh, I apologize. Sorry." I get it. I appreciate it. I really, truly appreciate it. However, this time, you need to make people whole above and beyond what they're supposed to be made whole, because it was falling on the first, because they missed a whole bunch of payments on their shit, and because they did get all these bank fees lined up on their butts. So not on them, Mr. Richard. Not on them. I think it would show such great goodwill if you just threw some extra cash in everybody's account who was affected by this glitch. And from what I know, Chris, it was nationwide. I mean, I've had shit coming out of my butt all night long. Oh, I'm not getting paid. I'm like,
anybody. Actually, let's ask this question: did anybody drive on Lyft on New Year's Eve? It was around what, 6 o'clock, I think. 6. I don't know. It was earlier in the evening. But did anybody not have an issue when it came to driving Lyft on New Year's Eve? Let us know in the chat, because I think, and what your market is, because I think that's the only way. But as far as I know, yeah, I think it was nationwide. As far as I know, everybody I saw was complaining about it, talking about it. I don't think anybody said anything different. But
I mean, I know it's a big ask, but I think that would show so much goodwill, starting of the year as opposed to starting on the wrong foot, Mr. Richard. I think that would just speak volumes of who you are. If I know who you are and you know who I am, I think it would speak volumes of who you are. Take the leadership role, fix it, and fix it for good. Okay? So there you go.
Yep.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.